Morning and welcome to Koh Larn Island, Thailand. So today I'm going to take you on a bit of a journey around the island, as usual, via our trusty scooter, and I'll take you to the 5 main beaches that they have on this island. So stay tuned. I'm about to jump on the bike and head off. Okay, so that was only about a 4-minute ride from the main centre of town. We're now at Tawaen Beach. So there it is on my phone. That's how I'll pronounce it. And it's right up the far north of the island. So we're going to start here. What you'll notice a lot on these beaches are dogs. And around the streets, but yeah, they come down and just casually lay on the beach. So as you can see, absolutely spectacular waters. It's also quite shallow, so you can stand up half the way out to the end of those yellow buoys. Obviously depends on the tide. And you'll also find that consistently they must have an agreement within themselves. It's a fixed price of 100 baht per day for the sunbeds. So it really doesn't matter if you use it for an hour or all day. It's a fixed price. So that's about $4.45, 50 Australian. And also in some other parts of Thailand or Indonesia, if you buy drinks or food, the sunbeds are for free. Not the case here. Same as Pattaya actually, so just an agreed 100,000 dong for all day use. So it's not a long beach here. It's currently 11 o'clock. So it's probably getting up towards the high tide mark. You can see it's must be on the turn and probably an hour on the way out. What we found when the tide gets lower here is that there are some waves, only small, but this is very gentle and peaceful at the moment. It does get a little bit rougher up this end anyhow than some of the other beaches that we've noticed. There is a restaurant just in there. You can get a variety of foods, burgers. I think they even have the schnitty. All right, so there you go. That's our first beach. Take you to the second one. Okay, so we've arrived at the second location. It took me around 11 minutes from north to south of the island. That was with a bit of traffic, but I was on a scooter by myself, so I was probably going a little bit faster than what it suggests. So we've just arrived at Nual Beach. So again, here it is on my map, right down the bottom. There's the main township. And we came from up there in Yai Beach. So yeah, from north to south, here we are. Let's go for a bit of a look around the beach. It's not a large beach over here, but it is quite popular. Again, it takes you can walk out a fair way before it gets deep. Beautiful and clear. So it seems to be a cleaner beach here. I'm going to take you to Samae Beach next. Yesterday we went for a swim there. It seemed like a lot more debris and bits and pieces of rubbish in the water. So here's a lot calmer, a lot more peaceful. It is nicknamed Monkey Beach. We've been here, I don't know, 4 times. We haven't seen any monkeys yet, but leave us a comment if you've seen monkeys here, or maybe you've got to go on a walking trail somewhere to see it. But ultimately, no monkeys yet. So again, not a long beach. There seems to be a heap of deck chairs that, you know, go back, what's there, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 rows there. So it's normally a fair amount of vacancies. I'll put up a separate video, but a couple of days ago I flew my drone here and the water was calm and flat, peaceful, and it accidentally went for a swim. So stay tuned to see that video, or if it's already posted, please watch it. It was a sad day. So as you can see from the previous beach, this is calm, and when there's no wind around, although it's quite calm today, there's not much wind, this is even calmer again. Hardly any waves, no real boat traffic. It's not one of your port beaches, so there's not a lot of jet skis and boats and noise like that, so it's a lot calmer from all those perspectives. It's got a bar at the back of there. It's got some hire gear as well. You can hire a snorkel set. It's 200,000, so $9 for all day for a set of snorkels. That is just the glasses and the snorkel. To hire the fins, it's another 200, which is probably a bit extreme. I wouldn't think you need it. It's not a great deal of fish. I didn't really go out to where that darker area is, but there's probably definitely better beaches around to hire snorkel gear. But again, you can see some snorkelers out further over that side around the rocks. Please, again, leave your comments. If you know there's a nice little bomber out there that's got some fish or coral, then yeah, let the viewers know. But for me, I'd suggest getting snorkels and going to a different beach. Be aware that in general, the a tall beer in the beachside areas around 130 to 150,000 dong, so $6 to $7, which is probably nowhere near as cheap as many other places in Thailand. Go for a quick look over this side. Considering you can buy a 3-pack of tallies in a 7-Eleven, generally around 195 in Thailand. Here they're about 235, something like that. So in general, around your Pattaya, Koh Larn Island is a bit more expensive than other experiences we've had in Thailand, and we've been to a few now. And food's probably about the same. It's a bit more expensive around this region than other parts of Thailand that we've been to. And what I have noticed as well is, as the tide is in or out, it's definitely prettier when you look at the different times of the day with the tide, because it reflects off the sand more. So you'll find some times of the day, especially when the tide's right out, you don't get this beautiful blue haze. And when the tide's right in, it's not as prominent either. So there may be a certain time of the day when you're here that it is more prominent than other times. But all in all, it's not a bad time right now. So those sunbeds extend right down the coastline. There's a few little shops in the back of there. It is one of the cheaper island locations, or just general locations, to buy beach gear. So whether it's floaties or a beach ball, something to lay on in the water. For example, it's, you know, you might find a little beach bed here for about $10. We were actually we were at Samae Beach yesterday, and there was just a little rock. It wasn't even very big, and there was a decent sized sea urchin attached to it. Would have only been about waist deep. Reasonably obvious to see when you're in that vicinity and looking into the water. But if you weren't looking into the water and you were just sort of moving around or trying to catch a ball or something, be aware. If you stand on that, you'll know it. All right, we're off to the next beach. Okay, so that was about a 4-minute ride, if that, and we're now currently at Samae Beach. Let's take a look. So as you can see, another beautiful location. It's not as clear in the water today. Normally you can see straight down through. Yesterday when we were here, it's hard to say at the moment, the tide was out a fair bit, but about where that guy's throwing the ball out there, there was that one rock I was talking about just before that had a sea urchin attached to it. So yeah, be careful. We didn't see, that's the only rock we saw with the sea urchin, so I don't think the beach is covered with them, so it's not to alarm people, but be vigilant. It's a very busy beach, this one. There's a lot of sunbeds, as you can see. It goes for a fair way down that way. And then right down the back, right up to where you see that big stingray on the hill. So yeah, very popular beach. It's also reasonably close to Tawaen Beach, which is the next popular beach I'll take you to. The difference here, this one, and as per the last two, they don't really have any, well, too many anyhow, resorts or hotels attached to it. Some of them do, but there's only a couple of the smaller areas. As you can see, there is a jetty here as well, so I'm not really sure. It's not the part of the main two jetties. They're over on the east and the west side, and the main popular areas where the hotels and the more popular resorts are. But imagine there's some speedboats that can bring you to here. Trip around. I mean, you can do anything for a price, so there's also a few more little beach front hut areas that you can buy some beach togs, clothes, floaties, different sorts of things. Relatively calm beach. Again, it does get a bit of a swell. You can see it's still pretty calm at the moment, but there's probably a good 1 foot swell that rolls through every now and then. Still quite nice to stay and chillax. It's quite comfortable. There is a resort down that end. It's possibly the only one we went and saw the other day that seemed to be open. There's a beach walk that goes along there too, as you can maybe be able to see. So as I was saying earlier in the video, this beach in particular, there seems to be a lot more rubbish in the water. I'm not sure why. Plastic bags and debris and all of this sorts of things just in the water just there. So it's a bit rougher, certainly not as nice, but still beautiful waters and everything else. But when you're out there, it just feels like you're floating, swimming, leaves and such. You might be a smoke butt, plastic bag, paper in the water. So it's not as relaxing because you sort of a few jump scares every now and then. Something's touching you. So this is obviously the far end of the beach now. All right, let's head off to the next beach. Okay. Beep beep. All right, so this is Tawaen Beach. Whoa, lady, yo! Nuts. So we're coming in a few days' time, staying here for a week and a half. This is the most popular beach by a long way. And I'll stop and go down for a walk along the beach in just a moment, but I'll just take you for a bit of a ride along, just show you the cafes and restaurants and some of the hotels that are here. Try to dodge the pedestrians with one hand if I can. Beep beep. When riding motorcycles here, you don't have to be too worried about the locals. It's all of the tourists that you have to be concerned about. The amount of motorcyclists on the road, I very, very highly doubt they have a motorbike license or have probably ever ridden one before. By the skills you see them riding along, up one ways, round corners, blind corners in a one way. I'd be surprised, or I'd be interested to know what the incident or injury totals are on this island, because I guarantee they're probably reasonably high. Still a lot of fun getting a scooter, and it gets you around, especially in this place. It's a lot of hills. It's only 8 minutes on, 5-8 minutes riding a motorbike, but it's a couple of hours when you're walking. Okay, let's go and have a bit of a look along the beach. Okay, so we've arrived at Tawaen Beach. Probably took about 10 minutes and had to go up over a bit of a fairly narrow, windy mountain pass to get here. And if you're bringing your motorbike, you need to park back out of the main street. Unless, of course, you're buying some food and drinks, then they'll let you park in front of their establishment. Head down to the beach. So you may have seen, as I was riding the motorbike along the main street, a lot of motorbikes and sidecars and everything come down here. You do need to be careful when you're walking down the street, because you probably can't hear the motorbikes very well, and it's very, very busy. Let's try and head down to the beach. So as you can see, this beach is a little bit different to all of the others. This is the second main pier to get either the ferry or the fast boats across to. Probably one of the longer beaches as well. As you can see, it goes right up there to the corner. It's time to order a beer, I think. Oh, there's your variety of drinks and snacks and beers. Hello. Can I get one small singer, please? Okay. It's 500 baht. So one small singer, 80 baht. So it's $3.60 Australian. Okay. One small singer in hand and continue the journey. Wow, that's the lineup for the jet skis. Screw. I'll go and find out what the prices are. Swaddy Cup, how much for jet skis?
1,200.
For how long?
30 minutes.
30 minutes, 1,200.
Yep.
So that's around $50?
Outside,
Yes. So, okay, and the banana boat, 300
Yes, for one.
for one ride. How long's one ride?
Big lao. Banana, big lao.
Yep, okay.
Lao.
And snorkel gear, how much to hire snorkel gear? 500.
1 hour.
1
I
hour.
give you 300.
300.
1 hour.
1 hour.
Yeah, free.
Okay, and that's just the mask and the...
Yeah, have. You have.
Okay,
Yep, have boat. Have boat go and back.
and a boat.
Yep, boat.
Okay, so the boat takes you out to a snorkeling area.
Yep.
Okay, and that's for 1 hour.
Yeah, but jet ski. Yeah, jet ski.
Jet ski, yes?
Yeah, jet ski.
Just
yeah.
in here, yes?
Banana. Yeah.
And parasailing, how long's parasailing?
1 lao.
1 lap?
1 lao.
Yeah?
1 lao. Outside.
Okay,
You
maybe 10, 15 minutes?
Huh?
10, 15 minutes?
No. About 3-4 minutes.
3 or 4 minutes?
Yep.
Okay,
3-4 minutes.
okay.
Only 1 lao.
1 lap out there.
1 lao. 1 lao.
So there you go, they're the prices. Probably a little bit extreme, but if everyone continues to do it at those prices, as they are, look at the lineups, it will stay those prices or go a lot higher. You see the little floating car? That's so cool. So you can see there's a lot of people swimming down that end because of these buoyed off areas, or non-buoyed I should say, for the jet skis. And it's just chaos out there. Look at them. Wow. And then boats coming in and out. So you certainly wouldn't want to be swimming in any of that. But even still, look how much, it's not even making it murky. Apart from a couple of little spots where they first take off. Look how clear it is with even the boats coming in and out. It's quite amazing. So this is the northern end of the beach. As you can see, it's a lot quieter away from the boats. And nowhere near as many people. So if you're even up on the top of the beach, the deck chairs, not as frantic. Which is good because that hotel there in the white is where we're staying at for a week and a half in a few days' time. There's not a lot of Australians, well actually I haven't met one yet, in Pattaya or over in Koh Larn Island. Not to say they're not here, but you don't see a great deal of Westerners. It's also one of the spots of Thailand. You really don't see too many Europeans. I haven't heard any European languages being spoken. Again, they would be here, but it's primarily Asian and Russian tourists here. A large amount of Chinese, I believe, and quite a large amount of Russian. So obviously if you're Chinese or Russian, you'll have a lot of tourists of your own culture and language. But English is definitely a language that's not used very well. Overall, this is a really good island. It's been a good experience, and this island I didn't know really existed. So it's been a real treasure to find, because I love it. Really small, quite easy to get around on a scooter. Can be very, very busy, but you know, obviously a lot of other people know of this place more than I do, and you can see it here. I mean, this is a Thursday, although it doesn't matter when you're traveling like we are, or these people might be traveling as well. All right, it's time to head off to our final beach location. At 15 baht, that's around 70 cents. Freshly cooked in front of you. And some of these menu items are really cheap. So very, very good prices. Okay, this is just to the northern bit of Samae Beach. Quite spectacular. Okay, so this is the fifth and final beach that's accessible by road, by scooter or car. So it's called the Tawaen Beach. Here is on the map if you can see it. So just here was Tawaen Beach. So it's just up and around the corner. As you can see, it's a lot quieter, calmer, and it's literally just around the corner. It's just probably a good kilometre or so to walk, so I guess a lot of people aren't making that effort. Tien Beach, which is this one here, just here. The road leads over to here. Technically it doesn't lead directly to the beach, because when you drive down here on a scooter or these two-row taxis they call them, you then have to walk along this area here up across that boardwalk. And it's no problem, but it's not one of the 5 accessible beaches where you can just drive and park straight out. You come down that road, it's only probably a minute, if that, down the road from Samae Beach. Now let's go and check it out. Okay, just build a new one. That works. Another sensational beach. You do have to be a little bit careful if you're bringing along children. The doggy's digging out around the rock. I think he's waiting for a little crab or something to come out. This is pretty nice. They're all spaced out underneath the trees. Pretty cool idea. Hey, look at the see-through canoe out there. Someone's just laying in it.